Indiana Fever HC breaks silence on DeWanna Bonner situation after Fever star misses 3 straight games. The last time the Fever had a fully healthy roster was back on May 24th. Since then, it's been a revolving door of absences. What started with Caitlin Clark's left quad strain soon snowballed. Sydney Colson was out. Then Sophie Cunningham joined the list. And now, DeWanna Bonner has been missing since June 12th, sidelined for personal reasons. When Coach Stephanie White was asked about Bonner, her response was as brief as it was vague. "Give her the time that she needs," White said, with no timeline and no hints. Then came the next press appearance. This time, Bonner wasn't mentioned at all. "You know, getting Caitlin and getting Sophie back gives us confidence as well," White said, completely skipping over one of the team's most experienced voices. That was the moment the fanbase collectively tilted its head. Wait, Clark? Sophie? Okay, but where's Bonner? Since then, fans have been stuck in a digital pattern, refreshing Twitter, typing Bonner's name into search bars, hoping for the faintest update. But there's been nothing. Just silence. And understandably, it's beginning to wear on them. Because earlier this month, Bonner committed a little early and gave hopes to Indy that no matter what, she would tackle it all. "I really want to win for Steph. She's going through a tough time with her family right now," the veteran guard said ahead of the June 7th matchup. And true to her word, she gave it everything she had that night, stepping up while Coach White was away from the sidelines against the Chicago Sky. But then came June 19th. Coach White was once again absent, this time for the game against the Valkyries. Only now, so was Bonner. So, this time, when the media turned to White for answers, there was no skirting the topic. And, maintaining the mutual respect, Coach White perfectly echoed the same sentiment yet again. In an interview ahead of the Aces game, Stephanie White was asked how DeWanna Bonner was doing and if there is a timeline for her return. She's doing well, the coach shared. Again, no timeline. "I think it's day-to-day, and for us to make sure that we're continuing to be supportive of DB in her time away. Now, we have to understand the WNBA's reality here of smaller rosters, tighter travel, and a demanding schedule that would test even the toughest athletes. Within that structure, there's an unspoken understanding. When it comes to veterans, especially ones who've carried the league like DeWanna Bonner has, empathy and flexibility aren't just nice, they're necessary. Bonner has long been one of the league's most reliable presences. She has played for just 2 teams in 15 years and hasn't missed a single one in the last 2. It's just that since reuniting with her former Connecticut coach this season, that number has taken a surprising hit. And if that's the case, you know there's something real going on behind the scenes. Whatever DeWanna Bonner is going through personally might be far deeper than what the box score, or any of us, can grasp. So, when you look at her career lows of 7.1 points, 3.8 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 1.2 steals per game, they don't make one angry, and things start to make more sense. Thankfully, the support hasn't wavered. Fans continue to show up for her, voting her into the top 40 of the All-Star race with a remarkable 56,775 votes. Hopefully, she can draw strength from that unwavering support. But for now, Bonner remains away from the Fever on their West Coast road trip and is expected to miss her 4th straight game when Indiana takes on the Aces in Las Vegas on Sunday. That absence will leave the team down to just 10 active players. And with Damaris Dantas also sidelined for 5 games, it might be time for the Fever to seriously consider dipping back into the hardship contract pool, something they've had to flirt with before. Will the Indiana Fever sign a hardship player? If DeWanna Bonner stays out for a while, the Indiana Fever could be down to just 9 available players. This would happen once backup center Damaris Dantas leaves to play for Brazil in the FIBA AmeriCup and Bonner does not return. Dantas will head out after the Fever's road trip ends in Seattle. She's expected to miss 5 games from June 26th to July 8th while she's competing in Chile. Most importantly, that absence would affect the Big Commissioner's Cup final. If DeWanna Bonner isn't back by then, the Fever would qualify for an emergency hardship exception under the WNBA's rules. According to the Collective Bargaining Agreement, Article 7, Section 4, B.I., a team can add a hardship player if injuries, illnesses, or other circumstances leave them with fewer than 10 available players. With both Bonner and Dantas out, Indiana would hit the exact number that will make them eligible. This situation isn't new for the Fever, though. They have already used the emergency Hardship